The Housing Career Pathways is an initiative that's launched by the enterprise community partners and city agencies to help ensure the affordable housing industry generates quality and permanent jobs for people that are living in communities served by affordable housing providers. Now we have a group discussion, and sharing with us, we've got the executive director of Brooklyn Workforce Innovations, Daren Shiffman, manager at Fordham Bedford Housing Corporation. We've got Reilly, who's also director of programs at Enterprise Community Partners, Michelle Mulcahy, and then also Housing Careers Pathways graduate, Tarsha Foster. And we thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Great. The gang is all here, and we're glad to have this conversation to be able to talk with you. And, when we talk a little bit about housing careers and pathways, I want to get the opportunity to talk, first of all, to Daren, and you're the executive director. And, Daren, talk a little bit about the work that you're doing.
Thank you for having me here. Brooklyn Workforce Innovations is a nonprofit citywide workforce development organization. Our mission is simply to empower low-income, jobless New Yorkers to help them gain access to living wage employment opportunities and career paths. Founded in 2000, BWI offers New Yorkers with barriers to employment free, high-quality, intensive job training and placement, and long-term career supports. This year, across 8 programs, BWI will enroll 850 adults and young adults from across the 5 boroughs while supporting graduates from previous years. We're excited to have partnered with HPD, the Public Housing Authority, and Enterprise to launch Career Pathways.
And Michelle, I want to talk about Career Pathways and talk a little bit about the work that you're doing. You're the director of programs for Enterprise Community Partners. And talk to us about the work, because when we talk about low-income individuals, having an opportunity to really gain what I call a hand up is really important.
That's right. And yes, thank you for having this whole collaborative on today. We're excited to talk about this initiative. As you mentioned, I'm with Enterprise Community Partners. We're a national nonprofit that helps make good home possible. We do this by investing capital to create affordable housing and community facilities. We create programs such as Housing Career Pathways to help people in affordable housing access opportunities to thrive. And we advocate for policies that increase the number of affordable homes and rental assistance, prevent housing discrimination, and otherwise protect and keep tenants in stable housing. We have a deep history here in New York as well. Since opening 35 years ago, we've committed more than $5 billion to create or preserve over 82,000 affordable homes in New York State. And as you mentioned, today we're talking about Housing Career Pathways, which was created in collaboration with those here and others. And it really seeks to leverage the economic power of the affordable housing industry to connect New Yorkers with good permanent careers in the affordable housing industry. And the program fills a gap in the hiring needs of affordable housing providers by creating a pipeline to qualified and trained hires. But most importantly, as you say, provides access to quality careers for those New Yorkers who live in affordable housing. It really allows affordable housing not just to be a platform for stability, but also a platform for access to greater economic opportunity. And this program was really created in a collaborative effort, as Daren said, with the Department of Housing Preservation and Development, as well as the New York City Housing Authority. And it was informed by a whole range of stakeholders, including workforce providers like BWI, an advisory group of 17 housing providers that inform the program design based on what they look for in their hires. We had focus groups of potential participants to make sure that this program is compelling and met their training and support needs. And we also looked at data from CUNY that informed the types of jobs in the industry that are connected to career pathways and are relatively well paid in a growing field.
Yeah. Caitlin, I want to bring you in because obviously you have the opportunity to work alongside and talk about your relationship here.
Yeah, so Fordham Bedford Housing Corporation was founded in the Northwest Bronx in 1980 to provide community-sponsored, safe, sound, and affordable housing in the face of massive amounts of abandonment and arson creeping north in the Bronx. And we were founded by local community residents who were seeking opportunities to take control of buildings in the area that weren't being properly taken care of. And so it's a great opportunity for us to partner with the Housing Pathways program to bring community residents with skills into our organization, because we were founded by community members and we like to be able to bring as many of our residents into our office and represent the people that we serve with those faces in the office as well.
Yeah.
And so
Tar-
this has been a fantastic opportunity for us.
yeah. Thank you. And Tarsha, I know that you're a graduate of the program. For you, give me a little bit of detail about how the program worked and what were you able to get out of it?
Well, I started the program last year around November, October. They give you a intensive training on how to use Excel, how to be professional, how to job search, and to make a transition into white collar work. Me, I was doing blue collar work, so I was looking for something that was more satisfying, where I could make an impact on people in low, like as myself, in low income communities. After the training, they paired you up with the internship. After the internship, if the internship liked your work and you liked the work that they provided, you were then able to start a job career.
Yeah. And so, how are things going for you right now?
Everything is going pretty great. I love it where I'm at. I got hired full time. They even talked to me about promoting me at the end of the year. I was able to help 12 people in the last quarter move into new apartments through HPD. So I'm feeling pretty excited about that.
Congratulations. That's awesome. That's awesome work. Aaron, I'm coming back to you because you are an actual awardee this year. So, how does it feel to be an awardee and to be able to bring these services forward?
I mean, we're delighted at the opportunity to partner with Enterprise, New York City HPD, and NYCHA to deliver the Career Pathways training. We completed 2 cycles. Tarsha was a graduate from the second cycle. We have an upcoming third cycle, and the outcomes have been outstanding. There's been incredible demand from both employers, but then also job seekers to look for and identify the opportunity to break into an industry that offers pretty high wages and true opportunities for career advancement. So we feel like at BWI, we feel like workforce development is sort of most impactful for the job seeker, the employer, and the industry, but also for those providing funding for the initiative when it's clear what the intervention is seeking to address. So when Enterprise convened employer partners, those managing affordable housing in New York City, the agencies that oversee that work, and residents who are interested in identifying careers in those areas, we really felt like we had all the elements necessary to put together a strong program and a strong curriculum that would deliver great outcomes for men and women just like Tarsha. And that is exactly what BWI has done here. And we're very hopeful that we'll continue to advance the program and create another opportunity for continued cycles after the third one that's coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah, and I wanted to touch on that, and maybe you, Michelle, or somebody can talk about April 20. I think it's the 24th. You've got your training cohort that's launching. When we talk about this training cohort that's launching, what can they expect as they take part in this?
I'll actually let Aaron speak to that.
Sure, and Tarsha sort of highlighted it. So it's right now we've knit together a curriculum that combines digital skills, workforce readiness, and industry knowledge and information, so that we can sort of level the playing field for the opportunity for our grads to go out and connect to employers like Fordham Bedford and like Pronto Housing, where Tarsha's working, and have the opportunity to really hit the ground running on day one. When workforce development is done at its best, we're really leveling the playing field for job seekers as they launch and take those brave first steps into a new career. So the training program is full on, full time, 4 weeks. We feel like we're really preparing individuals for what they're going to encounter in the first couple of weeks and months on the job. It's followed by, and Tarsha explained this earlier, an 80-hour paid internship opportunity where people can continue to learn, but they also have a on-the-ground introduction to a company that may be interested in hiring them at the completion of the internship.
Yeah. And so, Michelle, to get here, this is a pretty competitive process. Am I correct?
Well, so I think it has been competitive for folks who have been interested in the program because there's just such demand. for the program. We've had interest from close to 1,000 people just for this current cohort, but all of that speaks to the need and interest in this program, and as Aaron said, our hopes to continue it. We've seen just in the first 2 cohorts really great outcomes. Over 80% of graduates so far have been able to be employed in the field. Most of those have been full-time with benefits, and we're seeing these starting wages at an average of over $45,000. So as Aaron said, we're really bolstered by the success we're seeing so far, and hoping that after this next cohort, we're able to continue the program and offer this to both New Yorkers who are seeking these jobs, as well as housing providers for whom this fills a really critical gap in their hiring pipeline.
Yeah, Caitlin, I'm gonna let you jump in. Anything you want to share?
Yeah, it's been great being able to work with the folks at Enterprise and bring in some of these successful graduates of the program. There definitely is a gap between the skill set that people have in some of our communities and the skill set that's needed for these higher wage jobs. And so it's great to see an initiative like this working toward bridging that gap and working in the community that we serve and providing this training so that we can have this pipeline of candidates available to us that have the skills we need to fill the roles in their own community.
Yeah. Tarsha, when we talk about skills, what kind of skills do you feel that you gained and you were able to walk away from as a graduate of this program?
Well, initially, when I started this program, I definitely did not have any digital literacy skills. I have those skills now, which is most effective for me in the field on being professional. That was something that I felt I was okay at, but I did need extra work on it, and just basically having proper and good communication and effective, most of all, effective communication with others.
Yeah. And so where do we go from here? Obviously, you've got a great cohort that's coming forward. You've got the great plan that's going out, and then obviously the plan is really to really help in housing and skills. And talk to me about where do we go from here?
Well, as Aaron said, we have another cohort coming up in a couple weeks. And so there is still an opportunity for folks who are interested in participating to apply and participate in information sessions. And then certainly for those housing providers out there who are looking for access to this great pipeline of folks interested in the field, they can also reach out to talk about internship and employment opportunities.
Yeah, and Aaron, well, she got thrown with thunder there, but that's okay because I wanted to talk a little bit about that interest and talk about are we seeing more and more of an interest in this particular area?
We are. We're seeing it from both the neighborhood job seeker, but also the employer. As you break into and launch a new program, you're still building the building blocks of your employer network. And so we've had the great opportunity to work with Enterprise and HPD and NYCHA on all the providers that manage affordable housing here in New York City. The reality is we're still a well-kept secret. There are more employers to identify and tap, and there are more jobs that we could make matches for. And so we're excited. The sort of true metric that drives impact and BWI's confidence, and I hope our partners' confidence that this is a program that has legs and should continue, is that 95% of the folks that have been placed into employment are still working, right? And that means that the employers are satisfied and the employees are satisfied. And those are key ingredients for success, and they're key ingredients for continued investment into the future. It's a fairly dynamic industry, and BWI with our partners are enabling people to feel comfortable on their first day of work. And we know that there are more New Yorkers that need employment, and we know that affordable housing management and asset management needs quality talent, and they would love to hire from within the communities that they serve. So we're excited. I know that Fordham Bedford has sort of raised their hand for an intern at the end of the next cycle, and we're hoping that we're going to continue to have repeat business and identify additional employer partners that will make hires into the future.
Yeah. Tarsha, you're going to get the last word here for somebody who may be thinking about this program. Talk to them about what it meant for you and what it's done for you.
If you're thinking about joining this program, I would say don't hesitate. It might seem a little scary or it might seem a little uncomfortable, but this is giving you an opportunity and a chance to, number one, build a career for yourself. Number two, help someone else that is in the same shoes or wearing the same shoes as you or someone else you know. And just number three, just be open minded. You put in the work and you'll get the results. BWI, they'll support you through the whole process. Even now that I've been at my job since November, December, I still can reach back out to BWI if I have any questions or concerns. So it's a family that you build that stick with you through your whole journey.
Great story, and thank you so much for being with us. I want to thank you all. We're out of time for the segment, but I want to thank both Aaron and Caitlin, Michelle and Tarsha for being with us, and continued success and much needed in our community. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Take
All
care.
righty. All righty. We are taking a quick break, and guess what? We're going to have more coming up right after this.